The next topic we'll be covering are the recovery solutions for Azure Kubernetes Service. Best practices for business continuity and disaster recovery in Azure Kubernetes Service. Use multiple availability zones. Azure AKS supports multiple availability zones, which distribute your application across different data centers. This ensures high availability and resiliency in the event of a data center failure. When you create a new AKS cluster, you can choose to create it across multiple availability zones. Implement backup and restore. Backing up your AKS cluster ensures that you have a copy of your application and data in case of data loss or corruption. Azure AKS supports backing up your application data and Kubernetes resources, such as deployments and services, using the Valero Backup and Restore tool. Use Azure Site Recovery. Azure Site Recovery is a disaster recovery solution that replicates your AKS cluster to a secondary location. This can be useful in the event of a disaster or outage, as you can fail over to the secondary location and resume operations. 4. Monitor your AKS cluster. It is important to monitor your AKS cluster for any potential issues or failures. Azure provides a range of monitoring and alerting solutions, such as Azure Monitor and Azure Service Health, which can help you proactively detect and respond to issues. 5. Test your disaster recovery plan. To ensure that your disaster recovery plan is effective, it is important to test it regularly. You can use tools like Azure Site Recovery to perform failover tests and ensure that your AKS cluster can be recovered in the event of a disaster. 6. Use Azure Kubernetes Service with Azure Arc. Azure Arc enables you to manage your AKS cluster and other Kubernetes clusters across multiple clouds and on-premises environments from a single control plane. This provides greater flexibility and resilience in the event of a disaster or outage. By following these best practices, you can ensure that your Azure Kubernetes Service cluster is resilient, highly available, and recoverable in the event of a disaster or outage.